What's up, my good people? This is Joey Young, and today we're talking about how to build discipline from scratch. If you're trying really hard right now to change something about yourself, a behavior, trying to start a habit, you're trying to stop a habit, this video is for you because I'm actually going to tell you a huge breakthrough in how I approach changing the behaviors that I want to change in my life and the steps to implement that breakthrough, okay? So let's talk about this. If you're in the moment like, man, Joey, I've tried for so long to get this going in my life, to change this about myself, to start this habit I've always wanted to start, to get this thing off the ground, like I've been there. I understand. It's tough, you know, to feel like you know who you want to be and not have the tools to be able to change yourself to be that person you want to be. And so let's dig into that. Let's dive right into that topic, that sticky topic, and let's get some actual solutions here. So here's the thing. Here's the first thing to understand, and this is very freeing, actually. Behavior change is actually 90% systems and only 10% willpower. And if you're struggling right now to change, this should be a light bulb going off, an exciting rocket launch in your head right now, because it's actually more about preparation than it is about having willpower and just the raw desire to change in the moment. My guess is if you've been trying to change for a while, you've done a lot of those like, oh, Monday morning I'll start doing this, or tomorrow I'll stop doing that. And what you're doing in that moment is relying on your own ability in the moment to say, no, I'm not going to do that, or yep, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be this person in that moment. And when you rely on yourself in the moment to just make this change out of nowhere, you're fighting really, really hard upstream against everything in your life that you've done before to be able to change something about yourself. You're actually like pushing up like a rapid river, which is trying to get you to go away you've always gone, because that's what your brain is easiest to do, is to just do what you've always done and flow in the same direction it's always flowed. So what we can do to actually circumvent that is actually bypass that rapid altogether. We're going to plan ahead, and we're not going to ever rely on our willpower in the moments to make the change. And how do we do that? How do we switch from fighting uphill battles to actually walking clear, flat paths? And the first step is to actually decide why we're doing this in the first place. So we're going to step away from what habit we're trying to build, where we want to go in life, and what the result is from the behavior change we want. And we're just going to look at the big picture for a second. So tell me, what is that thing that you want? What is that person you want to be? Like, who are they? Why do you want to become that person? Do you want to lose weight for your family so you can actually have energy to play with your grandkids? Do you want to build a business so you can grow your income? Do you want to be someone who is more personable and more loving so you want to increase your ability to listen? Like, why do you want to change? What's the reason behind the behavior change? We need to know that, because it's really, really hard in the moment to continue when it's hard if you don't have a really deep anchor to something very, very important to you about why you want to change, why it's worth it to put yourself through the struggle and the discomfort of behavior change. So what is that for you? What is the reason you want to change? If you're honest with yourself, why are you looking to change this habit? Why are you looking to start a habit, stop a habit? Why are you looking to change some part of yourself? Do you want more status in society? Do you want to have a happier home? Like, what is it? Once we define that, we can move on to the next step, which is actually specifying what that habit is we want to start, or what the habit is that we want to stop. What is it specifically that we want to change? And it's important that it's only one thing at a time. And I know that you want to change everything about yourself, because I get that. I've been there, where you're like, I just want to do this thing and this thing and this thing different tomorrow morning, and I'll be a whole different person. That's awesome, but that is not helpful for actually creating change in your life. What's actually useful and will be helpful for you is choosing one thing and saying, I'm going to focus on this for the time being. Just one habit that I want to start, just one behavior I want to change to become more like the person I want to be. If you're stopping a habit, you can actually have two things technically, because when you're stopping a habit, it's actually really important that you replace it with something better. For example, if you're trying to stop staying up late, browsing the internet or scrolling through social media, and you just want to become someone who goes to bed earlier or it does something more productive with that time, then it's really bad to say, I'm going to stop browsing the internet past 9 p.m. because then you'll be sitting on the couch thinking about nothing but how you can't be on the internet, and then it's going to be a very tempting environment. Instead, when you're stopping a bad behavior, replace it with something good. Have something specific you're going to do in that moment instead of the one that you want to stop, so that you have something to focus on and something to look forward to. But only choose one thing. If you're trying to make more money, if you're trying to improve your relationships, if you're trying to improve your health, just choose one of those things and one behavior change in that particular category. Okay? So we know who we want to be. We've got the habit we want to change. Here's how we do it. We align the 3 P's with the behavior change we want to change. And the first P is the plan. So we align the plan. Then we align the people, and then we align the place, okay? So the plan is, how are we going to make this new behavior change the easiest possible for ourselves? This is how we are going to attach this behavior change to something that we already do. For example, if you want to improve your morning routine by going for a run in the morning, how are you going to attach that to something that you already do in the morning so it's very easy to slide into this new behavior you want to start, which is go for a run? For example, if you get up and you always pick up your phone and scroll through social media and check your email, and that's kind of the first thing you do with your day, maybe you say to yourself, okay, I am going to scroll through my phone on my social media on my front porch. That'll be my new habit. I'm going to do it on my front porch, because if I'm on my front porch, I'll need my shoes on, and I'll need my clothes for running, and I'll need to be all ready to go. So when I'm kind of done checking my email, I'm standing there on my front porch ready to go. And that's how you can attach a new habit to something that you already do, instead of just saying, I'm going to get up and go for a run. And you're like, but wait, I do all these other things, and this doesn't really fit with who I am. This is the hack. This is the leverage you can have in starting a new habit. So how can you attach your new habit or stop your old habit by attaching it to something you already do to make it easy for yourself? Okay? People. So that was plan. People are super important. Social accountability is huge when you're trying to behavior change. It's about getting someone in your corner who's maybe trying to make the same shift as you are, the same behavior change. Maybe it's hiring a coach. Maybe it's getting a friend to hold you accountable. Maybe it's finding someone who has mastered this behavior change and just getting around them, or asking to be a part of whatever they do that you want to be able to be in the future. It's getting a social accountability piece so that you feel like you're doing this with someone else or with a community. And that's super important when we're trying to change behaviors, because you can share your milestones with people. You're like, hey, I'm a week in, it's going great. How are you doing? Hey, it's been a month since I've done that, and I'm so excited about it. And they're like, yeah, I'm so excited about it too. You're awesome. So people, how can you connect with someone or a community that will encourage the behavior change? And specifically, if you can find a group of people who their normal is the type of person you want to be, where let's say you want to stop scrolling through social media at night, like this group doesn't even understand why anyone would do that, and it's so off the table, it's so not normal to do that you feel a pull to fit in with them, and that pull will stop you from doing the behavior you don't want to do, staying up late and scrolling through social media. That will be a huge help to you, and that's joining a new community. So plan, people, let's talk about place. Environment is actually huge. Some psychologists say this is actually more important than anything else, is the environment that you're in when you're trying to change your behavior. And so what does this look like? Well, if you're trying to stop late night snacking, for example, what do? Well, you don't put the snacks out on the countertop. Even better, you don't have the snacks you love in your house. You want to create an environment where the easiest thing to do is the behavior you want to do. So maybe in your weekly grocery store run this week, you don't buy the snacks you don't want to eat. Instead, you buy something that you would enjoy that's healthier, that you can snack on late at night. So how can you craft your environment to make it the easiest possible? If you're trying to go for a run in the morning, how can you lay out, your clothes right there and your running shoes right there? Things like that. Like, how can you create an environment where it's more easy to slip into the habit than it is to go back to the way that you always were? That'll be super helpful for you. Okay, so hopefully this has been helpful in crafting a new habit. First of all, just changing the mindset towards it altogether. You don't need a huge amount of willpower. You just need to craft the behavior change beforehand to make it the easiest thing to do and the thing you want to do. And we do that by deciding who we are. We do that by only picking one thing to change at a time. And we do that by implementing the 3 Ps. And hey, if you really want to skyrocket this to the next level and you want to be someone completely different in just a few months' time, commit to this habit for 90 days. Just say from the beginning, I'm not gonna do this for any longer or any shorter than 90 days. After 90 days, I will reassess how this is going and see if I want to continue with this new habit. Because a lot of people trip up when changing a behavior by thinking, oh my gosh, if I change this behavior, I'll have to be like this for the rest of my life. And can I really live my whole life doing this or not doing that? And so they get caught up because they think this is a forever contract. Some people, it's really, really helpful to think about it. Okay, this is a 90-day change. I'm just going to do it for 90 days and I'm going to do the heck out of it. I'm going to change this behavior so hard in the next 90 days. I'm going to be so committed to it. But I have the option after the 90 days to do something else. And so your brain isn't like, oh my gosh, this is a forever thing, this is horrible, and then resist it. It's just something you're trying to change for 90 days. And here's the beautiful thing. At the end of the 90 days, you'll probably be so excited, vibrant, healthy, joyful, and just grateful you made that change. You'll probably want to continue to do it, but you were able to do it by just limiting that time frame. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully this has been a really, really powerful shift for you in your brain. I'm so excited for you to go and change your behavior. And hey, remember, you're doing better than you think and you're worth more than you know. I'll see you next time. Hey, if you like this video, I know you're gonna love the free weekly Super Cycle Method training linked in the description below. It's a course that I created to help you to finally get control of your to-do list, get rid of the overwhelm you feel right now, and to finally carve out that space in your week to accomplish that really important goal that you've had for a while. Whether it's to upgrade your career, start or grow your business, or maybe just develop that skill you've wanted to develop. The Weekly Super Cycle Method is a weekly planning course to help you to get all of that done while not increasing the overall hours you worked. It's a really awesome system. I know you'll love it. Click the link in the description. I'll shoot an email over to you with a link to it right now. And did I mention it's free? It's totally free to you. And hey, like and subscribe to this video if you enjoyed this. That'll help spread the message here to other people on this platform. And take a moment to share this video with 3 of your friends. Just grab the link to the video and shoot it in a text. Say, hey, I really enjoyed this. Check it out. Nothing better than loving on your friends with some great free content on personal and professional development. So take a moment to share this video with 3 of your friends. And hey, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support.